I'm Dr Alice MacKinnon, an applied mindfulness coach and facilitator, also known sometimes as the Stillness Ninja. I have a lot of people asking me about how to start meditating. So I wanted to do this little video to help anyone who's interested to just start a little bit of sitting meditation. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be intense. It's really just a simple sitting on a cushion or on a chair and breathing in and out with awareness of the breath. So I thought I would do a few minutes of meditating with you, guiding you through meditation in a way that tells you what to do about the basics, what to do with your hands, where to put your tongue. Incredibly, that's an important part of it. What to do with your feet and legs, and how to keep your mind coming back to your breath. So if you'd like to start, now I've got my cushion here. This is the cushion I use every morning for sitting meditation. Looks like this, just a little cushion. If you're wanting to sit on a cushion, what we want to do is keep the hips higher than the knees. And that makes it really easy for the spine to effortlessly rise up. The spine is such an important part of sitting meditation. We want to have it long and strong and rising up effortlessly. What happens when we don't have that extra little bit behind our hips, if we're sitting on the floor, on a cushion, and I'll show you how to sit on a chair in a moment, is that our hips, we tend to sit back in our hips. And so a lot of effort then goes into our back muscles to try and keep our spine straight. Whereas, I'll show you with the cushion, when we have that little bit of lift, you can see how my spine just effortlessly rises up. We also tend to draw the chin in slightly towards the chest, and you can see how the back of my neck lengthens. So we have this lovely long line of energy, where energy can move through the whole of the spine. When we're breathing, we often imagine the breath, especially on the exhale, rising up through the spine, up through the neck, and out the crown of the head. So you can see the importance of just having that little bit of lift. If you're sitting in a chair, and here I have a handy chair with me, you might lose my head a little bit here, but what we want to do with a chair is to have our feet flat on the ground, feeling the carpet, feeling the earth beneath our feet, and again, allowing the spine to rise up effortlessly. So most of our chairs are designed with that backwards kind of slide. It's very awkward. I don't know why they're made like that, but if you're on a chair with that backward slide, see if you can sit forwards a little bit so that your spine rises up, and also so that your feet are flat on the floor. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to use my cushion to guide you through, but please, if you're sitting on a chair, make yourself comfortable on your chair. The posture that I use with my legs for sitting meditation is known as the Burmese posture, with the left leg in front, the right leg behind. They're not actually crossed. The ankles aren't crossed. One leg is in front of the other. And that's a nice, easy way to sit, again with the spine rising up. Now, if you're just starting out in meditation, you might find it way more comfortable to have one leg bent, one leg straight, or you might find it easier to have both legs straight. Really, we want to find some comfort. I'm just showing you the kind of classic ways to sit. but we also do want to sit comfortably. We can have our hands open on our knees, or we can have one palm on top of the other, the left or the right, on top of the other in our lap. The palms are open to signify that we are letting go of our attachment to outcomes, of our resistance, of our grip on life. For the few moments, the few minutes that we sit in meditation, we just allow. We open our hands and our hearts and our minds to life as it is here now. And in fact, this afternoon, I've got a quiet afternoon going on here where I am. But sometimes we need to just sit and meditate in noise, and noise will come and go. We might be sitting on a beach, we might be sitting in a park, there might be traffic coming and going. It really doesn't matter. All we're trying to do is draw our attention inwards, now to the breath. Before we get to the breath, the tongue. So it's useful to get used to just the tip of the tongue rests on the top palate, just behind the top row of teeth. It might feel a little bit awkward and uncomfortable, and if it does, just try it for a moment or two and then relax your tongue and then come back to it and relax. All of this, we just start at a very low key and kind level. So if you manage to do a sitting meditation for 1 minute a day, if you've never done meditation before, and you're able to sit and breathe for 1 minute on your first day, let's celebrate that. What a wonderful thing to do. The next day, you might want to try for 2 minutes. And maybe in that first week of meditating for every day, you reach 5 minutes. And you might keep going at 5 minutes for a couple more weeks. And then you might want to add another minute or two to it as we go. We certainly don't want to force ourselves, push ourselves, make ourselves feel like this is an arduous and difficult task. The whole idea of meditation is to bring our attention inwards, to let our thoughts come and go like the clouds, to not hold on to them, to notice them and to let them pass by. And in doing that and in following our breath, we might experience some moments of stillness and peace internally. We also don't try to hang on to those. We just notice, and then it may move and shift, and you might feel uncomfortable again or a little awkward, and we keep coming back to the breath. So let's move into the breathing. Just place the hands wherever they feel comfortable. And now, with the chin slightly drawn in so the back of our neck is long, we're going to breathe in through the nose and then out either through the nose or the mouth. It's a very soft and gentle and almost silent breath as we do this. And at the same time, our intention is to draw the in-breath down towards our belly and let the belly expand. We spend such a lot of time just sipping air unconsciously up here in our chest. What we do in sitting meditation is aim to bring it down deeply into the belly. And as we do that, we're telling our nervous system that we are safe and we are sound, that everything is okay, and that we can settle. And you know, in that settling, we feel ourselves sitting or connected to the earth, to the great earth, to the great mother. We feel her presence holding us kindly and unconditionally. So we have a solid base, whether that's in a chair or sitting on a cushion. We get that sense of alignment. We get that sense of breath flowing and bringing us to a place of peace and stillness. When we exhale, perhaps the way that we'll do it today is to imagine the breath flowing up through the spine, up through the neck, up through to the crown of the head, and then releasing out into the world. And sometimes we can attach some words to our breathing in and to our breathing out. The Zen monk Thich Nhat Hanh says we can say something like, breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. And that helps our mind to keep coming back to the feel of the breath against our nostrils and our upper lip, to feel the belly fill with air, and to notice the flow of the breath up through the spine and out through the crown of the head. You might want to shorten that to breathing in, breathing out. And sometimes in my classes, I invite people to say a word like love as they breathe in, and imagine that in-breath filling themselves with love. And then to say peace as they exhale the breath out into the world, so that there is a sense of spreading peace into the world. It's entirely up to you what you would like to do. And the other thing to remember is that our minds wander in meditation, in sitting meditation. At some point, even in the next minute or two as we go into our meditation, you will find that your mind has wandered off to dinner or shopping, or the fight that you had with your kids this morning, or the worries about your parents, all of those sorts of things. We simply notice when the mind has wandered, and we bring it back with the breath into our body. It's a long introduction, I know, but there's a fair bit of establishing to do before we go into our 1 or 2 minutes of meditation. Are you ready? So here we are. Palms are open, the spine is long, our seat is solid upon the earth. If you want to close your eyes, you're very welcome to. Or you might want to have just a soft gaze without looking at anything in particular. You might want to have a candle in front of you or a gentle salt lamp light, and you can just gently focus on that. I'm going to close my eyes. Just let the breath flow out of the body first. Let everything soften. And when you feel ready, draw the breath in through the nose, softly and gently, and let the belly expand. And now exhaling whenever you're ready, let the breath flow up through the spine, through the neck, out through the head, and let everything soften, face, shoulders, belly. Let the exhale go right through to the end, and then take another breath in through the nose and feel it passing across the nostrils and into the belly. Feel the spine lengthen. And then on the exhale, let the breath flow up the spine, through the neck, out through the crown of the head like a whale spout. And we keep cycling the breath in, deeply into the belly, and out. At your own pace, draw the breath in through the nose into the belly. And let the breath flow through the back body and out the crown of the head. And if your mind has wandered, just notice and invite it back to notice the breath again, to pay attention to the breath. Inhaling and exhaling, letting the body soften. Keep those long, slow, deep breaths gently cycling through the body. If you've remembered to place the tip of the tongue on the top palate behind the top teeth, then good for you, and just soften as you exhale. Notice if the shoulders are tense, and if they are, let them soften. As you breathe in, notice the jaw. Is it tense? If it is, let it relax. We let the forehead broaden and the eyes soften. Coming back to the feel of the breath against the nostrils as you inhale. As you exhale, let peace flow through your body and out into the world. Deepening the breaths as you go. And we might do 2 more long, slow, deep breaths. Coming back to the feel of the breath, letting any thoughts that you've been caught up in, just let them go. One more breath. And then when you feel ready, gently open the eyes if they're closed, or gently begin to focus again if you had a soft gaze. For a moment, as we sit, just notice what's going on inside you. Is there a sense of stillness? Is there a sense of tension? It doesn't matter what you notice inside you. The first step is to simply notice. And then to finish our meditation, a nice way to finish is to bring the left hand with its wisdom from the past together with the right hand with all its promise and dreams for the future. And feel the fingertips meet, feel the palms meet and the thumbs. And we bring the thumbs to the heart center. Have a deep breath here. And as you exhale, give thanks for anyone or anything who is supporting you in your life at the moment. You might want to have a little smile as well. And then we say the word Namaste, Namaste, which I guess my interpretation of this ancient word is when you are calm and centered and still within yourself, and I am calm and centered and still within myself, we see each other and we remember that we are from the one eternal energy. Namaste. Take your time releasing the hands. Take your time stretching the legs. There are many, many ways that we can finish our meditation, but I just wanted to keep things really simple today and accessible for anyone who would like to give it a try. Probably the best thing that you can do is just practice that for 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 minutes every day. I do my meditation first thing in the morning before the busyness of the day impacts me, and feeling that stillness and that quietness within me first thing in the day, it allows me to step into my day with a sense of gratefulness, with a sense of expansiveness, and with a sure-footedness that whatever happens in the day, I can come back to my breath and I can keep going. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a lovely, lovely time with your meditation.